Myself Satish Goda, Assistant Professor and HOD, Department of Zoology, Government First Grade College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sira. Today I am going to start with a new chapter, that is Unit 6, Fishiculture. In this chapter, in this session I am going to explain about pond culture, and this topic belongs to Tumkur University, 3rd BSc, 6th semester Zoology, that is paper 7, Applied Zoology. What is fishiculture? As we all know that this fishiculture is a science of rearing of or culturing of fishes in a large scale in a large tank or pond is known as fishiculture. This fishiculture is an applied branch of fishery biology, and nowadays this is growing as an industry, and it also serves as an additional source for farmers. This fishiculture involves culturing of fishes and also involves culturing of other marine animals like prawn, crab, lobster and shelled molluscans. Now coming to the pond culture. So what is pond culture? So pond culture is a method where culturing of fishes in ponds for productive purposes. So it is a very popular aquaculture technique or a method where many aquatic species are cultured in ponds. So the process of pond culture involves the following steps. There are collection of eggs, collection of fish seeds, etc., etc. We will see one by one. Coming to the collection of eggs. So eggs are collected from the mouth of river or a natural resource during the monsoon season with the help of shooting net. Then the collection of fish seeds. The young one fishes are called as fish seed. So these fish seeds, they are collected from the natural resource or a breeding pond with the help of shooting net. There are two types of fish seeds, namely fry and fingerlings. The first one is fry. The fry means just newly hatched individuals of fishes are called as fries. So these newly hatched individuals of fishes are about 10 to 25 millimeter in length, and these are called as fries. And fingerlings. The fingerlings are young one fishes which measures about more than 45 millimeter in length. So these fishes are called as fingerlings. So there are two types of fish seeds, namely fry and fingerlings. Fry measures about 10 to 25 millimeter in length, and they are newly or just hatched juveniles or individuals of fishes, newly hatched fishes, whereas fingerlings are hangman fishes, but they measures about 45 millimeter in length. Then individual breeding or spawning. Sometimes male and female fishes are injected with pituitary extract to breed, and this process is known as individual breeding. So the individual female lays eggs which are fertilized by sperms of males. The fertilized eggs are collected and transferred to the hatchery tank. So here in the process of pond culture, so the tanks are very important. For culturing of fishes, there are 4 different types of tanks are very necessary. They are The first one is hatchery tank. This hatchery tank is a shallow tank with the dimension of 10 into 5 into 2. It means 10 feet long, 5 feet width and 2 feet depth or deep. The eggs and fish seeds which are collected from the mouth of the river or a natural resource with the help of shooting net are introduced into the hatchery tank. The eggs and fish seeds are allowed to remain in the tank for 2 to 3 days for development. And second one is nursery tank. So this nursery tank is large or larger tank, which is a rectangular tank with the dimension of 50 into 25 to 30 into 5. It means that 50 feet long, 25 to 30 feet width and 5 feet depth or depth. Before the introduction of fish seed into the nursery tank, the tank must be properly cleaned and filled with clean water. Lime and manure must be added to the nursery tank. Little quantity of sewage water is must and also added to this tank for natural growth of phytoplankton as well as zooplankton. The fish seeds such as oil cake of coconut, the fish feed such as oil cake of coconut or a mustard oil and rice bran oil must be fed with the fishes at the regular intervals in this nursery tank. And the third one is rearing tank. Rearing tank is still larger than the nursery tank. It is having a dimension of 0.1 hectare with a depth of about 1.5 meters. Just imagine, it is a 0.1 hectare long, that area, and about 1.5 meter deep or depth. The rearing tank is prepared on the same method which has been followed for the preparation of nursery tank. It means that here also the preparation of lime or a manure is very needful. The young fishes are collected from nursery tank and introduced into the rearing tank. So this is about rearing tank, and come to the next one, that is a main tank, or it is also known as stocking tank. This is also called a stocking tank. This stocking tank or a main tank is the largest one among all the tanks with perennial supply of water. Perennial supply means continuous water. In a year, water continuously present in this tank, that is called as perennial. Main tank is also well prepared by liming and manuring. So organic manure used for the manuring, organic manure like cow dung, chemical fertilizer like NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potash must be added to the main tank. The fishes which measures about 1 foot or 1 feet length are collected from the rearing tank and introduced into the main tank. So here the fishes are collected from the rearing tank and introduced into this main tank or stocking tank. So here you can see the diagram which represents the 4 tanks. Here you can see this is a main tank. So around this main tank the hatchery tanks are present. Here the nursery tanks are, look at these nursery tanks, and these are the rearing tanks. So hatchery tanks are smaller than all these four types of tanks, and the nursery tanks are quite larger than the hatchery tank, and the rearing tank is quite larger than these two, and the main tank is present, and which is continuously supplied with the fresh water or a marine water. In the freshwater fishery, the fresh waters are supplies, whereas in marine water fishery, marine waters are supplies continuously in a year. That is, perennial water supply must be there. And you can see the natural tanks, which is pond culture, which is having a length and width of, see, you can see here many number of ponds. And, for pond culture, the fishes, selection of fishes are also very important, very much important. So the fishes which are selected for fishiculture should have the following features or qualities. The fishes should be herbivorous, or fishes must be resistant to diseases, and fishes should have a high reproductive rate, and fishes can withstand variation in temperature. Fishes should have fast growth rate, and fishes must be highly nutritive. So these are the qualities which the fishes or fish seed should have. These qualities fishes must select for the fishiculture. In this fishiculture, for the pond culture purposes, so the fishes are should have all these qualities. So these fishes only selected and collected and for further the process of pond culture. And this is about the pond culture. I hope all you are understood well, and I will end up this session here. So I will meet you in the next session with a new topic. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you very much.